UTKARSH ASTHANA'S of the Wondertainment Zone. Hi guys, this is Dollurix and you're watching yet another Hub Tech Talks episode. So this is the season 1 episode 2 and today's video's topic is that what are the 3 different layers of web or internet, World Wide Web as we know, www, and what are the basic differences between them. That's really actually guys, many of you guys have asked me this question many times on Hub, so I thought let's just answer it on Tech Talks. So I am here back again. Yesterday only I posted a video on what tech can we expect in 2024, and today I am back again with yet another video, yet another fabulous video. Please show love to this video also, like I showed to the video which I posted just before this, yesterday only on 8 Jan. So I will post this today only on 9 Jan. So the video's topic is what is the difference between surface web, deep web and dark web. So as you see, I have already told you these are the 3 types of web or the 3 layers of web in which web or World Wide Web as we know it famously can be divided into. The surface web is the public and the searchable part of the internet or www, whereas the deep web is the private area like virtually protected network, VPN, as you have heard of it. That's a good example of deep web. And another yet good example of deep web is intranet. Yeah, you heard me right, intranet. So this is a kind of special line end-to-end encrypted and secured where the person whom we are talking to and we like user 1 is connected to user 2 directly without any space in between, end-to-end connection. Here it has very less chances of being hacked, and that's why it's considered very secured, and that's why only this is mostly used by the defense facilities, armies and other secret services, by government for good users, as you know. And VPN, anyone can buy a VPN from a VPN provider, and here you can search anything and no one comes to know because that's your virtually protected network area, VPN, as the name suggests itself. It's a space on the net which is virtually protected for you by the provider who charges from you a particular fees for that facility provided by it to you. So that's the one thing. Now what is dark web? So dark web is that part of the web which is a good hiding place for all those people who are like doing that illegal type of things, illegal stuff on net, like child pornography, all that illegal sexuality, selling of drugs, arms, human trafficking, child trafficking, all that illegal stuff is being done on the dark web. Yeah, this may sound sad, but that's the real truth. Truth, but sad truth. That's the thing. So the dark web is the main place where different kinds of cyber crimes like eavesdropping, cyberbullying, phishing, cyber hacking, drugs trafficking, illegal activities like arms and all that shit stuff happens right there. Yeah, and it's the best place for hackers also to hide. So actually, as I've told you, the surface web is the public and searchable part of the internet, so it has an IP address on the internet protocol. For deep web, we don't have an IP, and even for dark web, of course, we don't have one. So if any wrong thing is done from dark web, then you can't just trace the person who did that. It's that difficult. Even for the specialized cyber security services, it's very difficult for them to. That's the sad truth about the thing. Now the main thing what I want to say is that if anything occurs on the dark web, for a normal internet user, it's almost not possible to access the dark web and see all the things. It's really difficult for them. Even for a normal user to access the deep web is difficult, so dark web is the bottommost part. How can you just access it so easily? Of course you can't. That's only known as dark web, the space for all the bad things. Now I can explain the 3 layers of web with a good example. Like, suppose a person who is inside a water body, which just his or her head outside the water body, then that part only, the head which is just outside the water body, that much only is the surface web, which just constitutes nearly 4 to 5% of the whole www or World Wide Web, which is really very less. And this 4 to 5% is only what you see: Google, Bing, Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the social media services and search engines. All this constitutes that 4 to 5%, which is surface web. The rest, 95%, is what is constituted by deep web and dark web. Now here, dark web, it is the bottommost part of the World Wide Web. That constitutes nearly 10% of the whole web, which means twice the surface web. Now you see, and deep web has the most portion here. You see, excluding the surface web and the dark web, which means excluding 15%, the rest 85% is what is constituted by deep web, which includes intranet, ethernet, and VPN, virtually protected networks. It constitutes that much part of the World Wide Web library. So you see, that's the thing. Now deep web is used for not just for bad purposes but for good purposes in a secretive way by government agencies like KGB, RAW, CIA, all that secretive, all the secret services of different countries, by the intelligence services of the different countries. It's used for good purposes, but in a secretive way. Even billionaires like, for example, I would say Arnold Schwarzenegger and many others, they also when surf on net, they don't use the normal net, they use VPNs, which is a type of deep web. So they pay up a certain amount to the VPN provider, but yes, then that's a virtually protected space for them. Anything they want to do there, they can do there, and government has no control on deep web. That's the sad thing about it, but even good, because sometimes government misuse their power. So if government is even banned net in a particular nation in case of some emergency or some other conditions, then also you can surf net with the help of VPNs, virtually protected networks. Well, they are operated from somewhere else. Government cannot even track the IP address on the internet protocol, and that's a good thing. And also the HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol can't be tracked down by the government services. That's why VPNs are really good to be used in that scenarios also. You see, you have to pay a hefty amount to the VPN provider, but yeah, for some extra advantages you have to pay money, because that's how world works. We don't. That's how it is. So these were the differences between the 3 different layers of web: the surface web, deep web, and dark web. I've told you what's the differences between them. Now dark web, you see, it's used for very bad or illegal and all that shit stuff, as I've already told you. But and that's why only, as you know, wrong things are done. And technology is it's like a double-edged sword. You can use it also for good purposes and bad purposes. And yeah, dark web is a favorite place for hiding for those who do wrong or illegal stuff on net. So dark web, many bad cases have occurred because of dark web, but good, very famous example of the misusage of dark web was the Peter Scully case. It's a really horrible case, really horrible. where small children are being tortured just in return for money, which is given to the video content maker by the person who is accessing dark web and enjoying those child torture videos, child violence. That's really wrong and really sad, but that's a sad reality of that thing. Now another bad thing is, like, you may heard of Silk Road. So Silk Road is a very famous dark website. Yeah, a very famous website on dark web, which is found on the Tor browser, which is a enhanced form of the Mozilla Firefox. You can access it there if you are. It's not really very difficult. It's really not very easy. It's difficult, but if you are able to, then you can see it. Silk Road is a really bad site where everything from A to Z, all the shit stuff, all illegal things, arms, drugs, and whatnot. Even illegal organ trafficking happens on Silk Road. Many times, different nations' governments have tried to ban it, but all the time, these Silk Road and sites like that on dark web launch from other names, and as you shut down one site, other appears. If you shut down that another site, then one more yet another appears. So that's really very impossible for even government and other administrative agencies to keep a control on this. Now, because WWE is really very ever expanding, so that is how it is. So only that 4 to 5% surface web is that part which can be administrated by any government or administrative agency. Yet rest 95%, which is constituted by deep web and dark web, is really next to impossible for any administrative agency to control or administer or to its usage for the users, because it's really difficult. So you see, that's how it is. So these were the differences between the 3 different layers of the World Wide Web, or WWW, the surface web, deep web, and the dark web, and that was it. So here I conclude this episode, which is episode 2 of the season 1 Hub Tech Talks. So signing off, this is Dollurix, and you're watching ASTHANA'S Hub. So this is the Wondertainment Zone. I will meet you in the next one. Till then, bye bye, and yeah, as always, adios. Download the Software Hub app today.